I'm reading the story. I'm switching it up here. Oh. Here. No matter how many blogs, books, advice, DNA testing, mommy and me classes, therapy or meditation I might have consumed about parenting, none prepared me for the unfiltered reality. The battles, the sickness, the lice, the heartbreak, the ugly selfies, the vulnerability, and the judgment, just for starters. I didn't get much life experience in parenting, as my mother preferred to give that job over to a live-in nanny, till I was 16. Yeah, seriously. And she was not the Mary Poppins type. I tend to catastrophize, yet another gift left over from childhood, knowing bad things do happen. So I live with that what if moment more than I'd like to. Saturday night, about a year ago, I kept hearing a phone ring, but it's late and I don't think much about it. It's a home phone, which I'm not sure why I still have. I've been in and out of sleep, and Casey, my daughter, is at my ex's for the weekend, so it must be some robocall or something. The ringing's incessant, and now I'm pissed and ready to wage verbal battle. I see it's my ex's number. What? And he calmly says, everything is fine, but, and my heart sinks. Almost simultaneously, there's a knock at my door. It's the middle of the night, the dogs are barking like mad, my head is spinning, do I even have clothes on? It's one of my daughter's best friends and her mom. And now, over the phone, followed by echo in my hallway, is a chorus of, Casey is an emergency at St. John's. She was with Samson, she passed out, he called 911, the ambulance came, and the rest trails off. I can't process the details. I think at that point I was going to be sick. How fortuitous that historically the name Samson is referred to as a biblical Hercules who was given immense strength to perform glorious feats. So, my heart is racing. I need to think. I need clothes. I need to call a hospital. I need to calm down. I'm dialing while I'm dressing. I'm finding my keys. I'm finding my cell. I don't even know what time it is, because once you hear everything is fine, but time stops. And I feel the cloak of blame consuming me. I get in my car. I'm driving like it's a French Connection car chase, thinking I can defy all traffic laws. No matter how fast I might be going, it feels like slow motion. And I'm repeating over and over again, she's going to be fine, she's going to be fine, she's going to be fine. And I wish I could believe it. I finally get to the hospital and I see some of her friends and their parents in the waiting room. I'm like, fuck, why are all these people here? I'm not exactly feeling social right now. And nothing like my daughter's first illegal underage offense being a shared experience. And then, Casey, a prisoner of her hospital bed, eyes filled with tears, hooked up to tubes, monitors, IVs, the fluorescent lights revealing our worst selves. Might be nice to have mood lighting at times like this. We sure do pay enough for us to have some tasteful decor. The story goes, she and this guy Samson were at her friend's house. They had a little vodka and some weed, and then she started feeling wobbly and passed out. It wasn't clear how long she was out, but long enough for them to flip out and call 911. I'm distracted by the activity on the monitors and the hums of the machines, but I'm not buying it. This was much more than a little vodka and some weed, and now I'm trying to recall the investigative practices of NCIS. I meet with the nurse who confirms no narcotics, no STDs, and she's not pregnant. And I'm like, well, great, maybe the sex ed in school was more effective than the drug ed. And giggly, Casey says to me, the police just left. I was being sassy with them about their tasers. I'm like, oh my God, she is so high. And I'm convinced that this is not the last of the police. And I'm thinking, this will be great on her college application, Fennel. She was also quite amused that they did a pregnancy test. Well, it's hilarious if you're stoned. I keep looking at the beats on the heart monitor, thankful for every blip. How many of these scenes did I see on TV, parents by the bedside, never thinking it would be me? But here now, there is no Patrick Dempsey checking her pulse, no commercial breaks, just us with reality racing through me. I will spare you the details of the rest of our stay, which went on for a couple of hours, including getting relocated to the hallway in the hospital bed, a man seemingly fighting for his life in the room next door, my ex going where it says medical personnel only because he felt ignored, one offense from being thrown out, and Casey coming off the high, waiting for some life off during punishment, and me thankful for every breath she takes. I never did meet Samson, my Hercules who called 911, who later proved to be an asshole. The police never turned up again, and we figured the weed must have been laced with something. I still live in fear as a parent that this may not be the last time I get one of those calls, or you, new or would-be parent, no bad shit happens and that's okay, because it's worth it.